It looks absolutely superb. Again, that's a great piece. Look, lots of sumo, we can see that shine again. Back from Japan now, and it's time to crack on in the fish houses. And yeah, having spent a lovely evening with Takano and another good friend of mine, Kansuke, it's time to get to Takano's Tosai now. This particular batch is an arrangement I have with him that we sort out every year. What I love about this particular batch of fish is that they're only sorted based on size. He only has 3 ponds for Tosai. His 2 main ones, he does 2 size sortings, and then everything of a smaller class goes into these 2 holding tanks that he's got. And I make a deal with him and take all them and ship them back to the UK. Now that's what's in here. This has already had a sorting, so these have been through a growing period. We've got some amazing fish already out on sale that we've been releasing. And here I've got the fish that I'll be looking to grow through this year. Now, the issue I've had is that due to pond space, I've had to basically put them all in here for the time being. And I've got 3 size classes in here realistically. There's fish you'll see that are exceptionally big and big. Then there's like a mid-size class, and then the smaller stuff. So the thought process to now just been get what we can on them, get them conditioned, and they are looking superb. Today I'm going to just basically do a selection, wean some numbers down again a little bit, but the priority is actually going to be to take out the biggest fish that I'm looking to grow on, and they're going to go in the pond that's actually in front of me that I've just released some NND Marusho Sanke into, some jumbo Tosai. So I had a check yesterday, they're all of a similar size class already, which is fantastic. And yeah, I'm excited. There's some real top piece in here. Again, that batch of fish is only sorted by size, so I know full well when I'm buying it, there's fish in there that would be good enough to stay there at Takano this season. He just doesn't have the pond space to split it all up. So batches like that are always super exciting for me. But for now, I'm going to go through and yeah, see what we've got and see what I can irritate him with come autumn and show him all the good fish that he's sent to the UK. So let's get into it. So as I checked yesterday, size wise I need to be at about 30 cm minimum, and I had a look, fish like this around about 30 now. The biggest I checked, pulled out yesterday was this one, sat at 33. I mean, that's just epic anyway. There are actually a few that are bigger. This one, which has been a problematic fish all along, it just looked too good and didn't have anywhere else to put it, so even that's had to be left in this pond. But that's an absolute slab of a Sanke. That's not going to have a proper home today, unfortunately. It'll likely get moved to a pond I've got outside where I'm just holding stuff ready for the right pond becoming available, because by the time I'm done, it's only going to be the mid and smaller size stuff that goes back in this pond, and that, by taking that bigger stuff away, that's going to allow them to have a super spurt as well. So for now, I'm just going to start by separating out the size, and then yeah, have a look from there. But these are looking fantastic. Takano Tosai can be a little bit tricky to understand when they're small, because a lot of the sumi is pretty heavy sitting on them. I mean, even like that, it's probably too heavy for most at the minute. But with a lot of cases, we do get a lot of retraction as they start to grow, when they're growing at pace as well. So yeah, and to be honest, this pond looked no different. You know, originally I was sort of thinking, and I do it every year, and then now as I've got the size, all of a sudden the quality is really starting to shine through. So yeah, exciting stuff. So for those of you who aren't aware already, last year we did this Secret Sanke Showdown, or special event at Newark Showground, which was a huge success. That was actually using this same batch of Takano Sanke I had last year, and yeah, I mean, they were phenomenal. There's some phenomenal fish produced from it as well. But yeah, Takano, as a hobbyist breeder, his actual profession, if you like, is mud pond construction. He is the man for that kind of stuff. Very, very talented at getting very big machinery in places where it doesn't necessarily want to go. So yeah, and he still to this day produces some serious Sanke. In fact, in autumn, when I was at dinner with him and his friends after a harvest, it was a very renowned hobbyist out there, and I was having a chat with him, and our conclusion that we drew pretty much was that Takano is producing the level of sort of top quality Sanke at Sakai Fish Farm. The only problem is he's only probably doing 1 or 2 of those a year. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of other very, very good fish there, but I'm talking about that specific level that Sanke is producing lots of. But obviously it's a very different scale with the operations. In fact, you would fit Takano's whole operation inside the corner of one of the ponds at Sanke. You know, that's the difference that we're talking about. But yeah, it's just great. So the original lineage comes from a Sanke and Marido cross, and he always says that they have the body of Sanke and the sumi of Marido, although we can't forget in that the sumi of Sanke is no slouch whatsoever. But yeah, they're just phenomenal growers. Like I say, the sumi can be interesting when they're young, but this is a serious lineage, and like I say, the guy still just considers himself a hobbyist. There's no real commercialness to him in any way, shape or form, believe me, even in the dealings with him. But it's a lot of fun. Enjoy the harvests with him, you know, just as friends. He really does enjoy having his friends there at harvest time, just to enjoy the fish with him. It's not about selling them, he don't give a monkeys. I think at the age he's at as well, he just doesn't need it. But it's yeah, an amazing little gem of a place that I got introduced to by actually a friend of his that I knew before him. It's been epic ever since, really. I just can't wait. I was a little bit disappointed last year, although it was great to see so many people get great fish from the Secret Sanke Showdown. I didn't get to have the enjoyment of growing them. Hence this year I knew, although we wanted to do something different for the event, there's no way I was going to let these go. I wanted my chance to enjoy them here in my ponds in the UK through till autumn. So right now what I'm doing is working through the bigger size stuff I've selected. Initially right now I'm looking just for the very best pieces to join the NND Marusho Sanke in the 3.5k pond next to me to grow on. There's still a lot of great fish that are going in the bigger net that I've got, which I'm going to just take a relook at after looking at pond space, and if there's a potential pond they can grow in differently. I have got a batch of Nogami fish they might actually sit together well with. But right now the focus is just on getting those what I deem to be the best, most high potential pieces at this moment to take that pond, which is obviously pond space I'm looking to limit as much as possible. You see fish like this one are just absolute runaways. So in the bowl here is your average, and you see you've got that one. It's always been substantially bigger. Actually a really nice Sanke that potentially I will just look to hold back and see if I end up with a pond where it's going to be a viable option for that to stay, to be honest. Then there are a few fish that I'm going along that I'm actually going to put back with the smaller batches that do actually now look below the average since I've got them in. So as you can see here with these ones, there's absolutely, the quality is fantastic. And typically in other years gone by, these would have still been going back with all the others for further growing in here, and me looking to then separate the smaller ones away. But it looks like there's probably only one or two fish I would typically probably not choose to move further with in here. But yeah, due to circumstances, there's a lot more fish coming. I've kind of got the ponds mapped out, so I need to be really stricter than I ever have been before. So yeah, unfortunately now is going to be the time where these will get moved to a pond outside where I have now still got heat, so I can still keep them fed well and conditioned, but ultimately they're going to be fish for sale because I just can't keep them all. If I'm being honest, as I'm going through these, it's the quality and these small ones that probably are the absolute most exciting. Just a lot going on in here. It's just the different sizes and not quite as much. I mean, look at this bonkers quality little Sanke. Just going to need the right environment in order to get something out of that, but what a little piece. So here we go, 21 pieces I've got all together that are going to be joining the already 26 pieces in the 3.5k pond for now. Size range, I know these are pretty much in line with what's in there. One that was a bit of a late last choice, but this fish, look, this could potentially be one of the best fish in here by the autumn. So, you know, we're at coming in a bit under on that one at 27 cm, and in fact I am going to put that back with the other batch because that is quite a bit under, to be fair. So taking that one out the equation, you'll come up to this end, we're at kind of 29, getting on for 30, and then top end $32. Same-ish there. So yeah, all around that up to kind of like the 32 kind of mark, which is nicely in line with what's in there already. And yeah, I'm really happy with what I'm seeing in here so far. There's a very random koaku from that batch here, which actually looks superb. Which I can't wait to actually see what that does. It looks a great piece. But as for the Sanke, I'm delighted. We can see a lot of them Takano characteristics. There's a couple of pieces with that Takano shine showing really well. This one here in particular, I don't know if we'll catch it. Maybe in the water a bit better look. Absolutely glistening. Always around the lateral line where you get it in 2 or 3 lines. It looks absolutely superb. Again, that's a great piece. Look, lots of Subo Sumi. We can see that shine again. Lovely balance. Bodies are looking as strong as ever, but we've come to expect that from Takano. Another piece here which I think could be a really strong one by the autumn. Look at the body power in that already, showing all them traits with the head, the shoulders. Really superb piece. But yeah, across the board, it's been a good start with these. I'm excited to see what we can get out of them. See here again, look, Subo Sumi. And have plenty of shiroji on that fish as it grows as well. Going to look absolutely superb. Just needs a bit more time. Yeah, nice mixture of variations. A couple of the different Sumi types from Takano have come to expect, all showing in here as well. So yeah, they're going to have every chance. This piece has really impressed me as well, actually. Just remind me as it swung past, the skin quality level on this is exceptional. And when the Sumi starts to come to fruition on that, it's going to be looking a completely different fish. Look at that, the skin quality, superb. It really is. This one I'm quite excited about. Again, paying no attention to what's going on with Sumi right now with that. Just looking at the body setup, skin quality is lovely, nice belly pattern as well. Just wait and see. With this Sumi type of Takano, we're never going to truly know where it's going to come up and when. So it's just a case of having the patience with that. But yeah, the future's looking good. So these are going to get popped into that pond. That one's just grabbed me as well, sorry. Big piece. This is going to be huge by the autumn. And as that Sumi kind of pulls in and refines more, we're going to be looking, you know, pretty naughty, especially with that majority of that being Subo Sumi as well. Going to be pretty damn exceptional. Probably looks a bit messy at the minute, but I'm expecting that to refine more as we get the size to the body. So yeah, super happy, and going to get them back in the pond now, find a home for the other ones because there's not actually enough to carry on keeping them in the 3.5k pond, but I'll get to the bottom of that, and on we go with the growing season for these. So thanks for tuning in, and yeah, there'll certainly be more updates on these throughout the year.